a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Your childhood.
My childhood was very wacky.
Wacky?
Yeah.
Wacky as in like crazy, up and down, roller coaster.
Moving a lot. Jumping from like religion into what we ended up, growing up into, like occult wise. Going into because I did the hoodoo because I was raised on it too, which is crazy. You go from being Baptist to occult to hoodoo, Yeah. It was a lot.
I heard, or at least I know from what you've told me before, is that you grew up in this cult that was, I guess, ran by a guy named Malachi Z York, correct?
Mm-hmm. They're going to chew us up in the comments.
That's fine. They can chew us up.
Chew us up in the comments, but yes.
No, you're going to chew people up because you look like a vampire. She has fangs, red contacts. Her name is Wensday the Vampire. But let's hear what she has to say about Malachi Z York. Dr. Malachi Z York.
This is how it happened. This is what it is. So we're going to talk about it. For the ones that don't know what this guy represented, or I guess would say currently still represents, because he is doing federal time, if I'm not mistaken.
I think his son is too now.
It might be. I think it's like 134 years in jail, if I'm not mistaken. I did some homework. May you please explain a little bit to the people that don't know who this guy is and what he represents?
Well, for one, he made music. I don't know if you knew that. He made music. Yeah, he called himself the Love Man.
Okay.
So that was my first red flag.
How can a man who makes music and name himself the Love Man be a red flag when your name is Wensday? Wensday as in Wednesday Addams, Wensday the Vampire.
As an adult.
Okay.
But he saw himself as the reincarnation of Archangel Michael. Like he really felt like he was him. And he has all these books about the white devils and the red devils and the black devils and just how you should live your life and, just us being like the superior race as black people. And, I could get with that just a little bit, even now I feel I like myself, as everybody should, But when I grew up, it was a lot of like, oh, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, you're not going to get on the ship to be taken off the planet when shit hits the fan,
So the Nuwabians believe that it's a spaceship that's going to pick them up. When the shit hits the fan, this spaceship is going to get them and take them off the planet. That kind of sound like the rapture, the Christians. I didn't know that they believed in this. Do BDL 1014 believe that it's a pyramid that's going to come pick everybody up? I don't know.
So it was a lot of, you had to be perfect growing up, listening to his teachings and things like that. Like you had to be right and exact or you're not right at all. Damn. Yeah.
So at what age, what age were you embedded into this? Like how early on was it?
Around 7. We used to have to meditate, fast.
Were you born into this? Like, was your mom into this? Was your father? How did this happen? Stepdad.
Mm-hmm. My stepdad, he was the one that was really big into it. He would always talk about these pyramids in Georgia. They looked cool, like when he would show us videos and stuff. He would go out there all the time to the motherland. And he would always wear his garbs and walk around with incense. And when I tell you we would meditate for hours, we was meditating for hours. Like you would wake up and by the time we were done, it was nighttime.
That's something else.
No. I talked to a Nuwapian before. They didn't go real deep into the teachings, but when we talked about meditating, it wasn't meditating from sun up to sundown. It wasn't like that. She's exaggerating. This person I talked to, they meditated 3 hours a day, but right now I meditate more at times. I meditate so much that I could walk and clean and handle business and still be meditating. She's exaggerating.
That's real meditation.
Yeah. And if you fell asleep, we had to restart. You would wake up and restart it. My mom he would get on her all the time because she swore she wasn't sleeping, right? And we would be done with the meditation, sitting there just watching her knocked out, just
Yeah.
on the couch. And so he would play it back, and she would get up and be like, that was a good meditation. And so we'd have to redo it all over again, because if you're not right in his act, you're not right at all.
So your stepfather was the one that introduced this ideology to y'all, correct? Okay. And at the age of 7 is when it was introduced to you.
Yes.
Was I guess your mother must have been introduced to it around the same time or prior to that?
I want to say like when they started talking, because they met at their job. He kind of moved in very quickly and kind of just took over the place. Like, she was open to it.
She trusted him.
She's very spiritual already, so it fit for her. It made sense to her.
I want to give a little further context to the people that may not know about Mr. York, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he grew up in New York City. That is where, actually, I want to say this. This man is very intelligent.
He is very smart.
From what I've read and what I've seen about this person, he's very intelligent.
Yes.
Although he did have his ideologies and how he looked at the world, whether it was right or wrong, I'm not here to say. But he was a very strong believer in what he believed in.
Yes.
And he pretty much went out on his sword and did what he thought was best for Black people.
Yes.
And he even moved all the way to Georgia, purchased, I think it was like over 100 acres, maybe more, and created basically I'm not gonna say a sanctuary, but
just about like a motherland.
Yeah, motherland, a sanctuary, a giant plantation of Black people were invited to this place as long as they got what to get down.
Pretty much.
Right?
So, to me, that sounds like Utah with the Church of Latter-day Saints, Mormons. So is the Mormons a cult? Do the government consider the Mormons a cult or a religion? Because this is the same thing that Dr. Malachi Z. York did. As of right now, her speaking on Malachi Z. York, I don't see anything wrong.
If you believe what I believe and you're with me, then this is how you will live your life. And there was a lot of controversy with people that lived in Georgia that would pass through, that would see these quote unquote pyramids, statues, right?
They were gorgeous.
They can be beautiful, but if you're in the middle of Georgia or the middle of anywhere and somebody moves to your city and you're driving through and now you see pyramids in your backyard, you never know like how people are.
Yeah, I wouldn't have did that. That's going to bring a lot of attention. And yes, the pyramids are beautiful, but I understand what this brother is saying. You got this, you in Georgia, man. Georgia. At that time, when was that? The 90s? The early 2000s, around that time? Man, they weren't going to let that ride. You hear what I'm saying? I would have been more low-key with it, but he still have the right to build pyramids if he want to. That's not breaking the damn law. I just would have been more low-key with it, because like the brother said, you got people that's living in this city, in this town, and now all of a sudden they seeing all these pyramids. They fear the pyramids. They fear all of that stuff.
We're going to take that, right? So he did get a lot of hate. I think he still gets a lot of hate from what I've read and what I've seen. Like I said, I'm not here to say who's right and who's wrong, but when you believe something, you believe what you believe, right? And that's what he did, and he went out on his sword swinging, but unfortunately he is in jail for some crazy things. If y'all want to look the name up, y'all do your own research, but let's keep this rolling. As a child, when you are doing these practices, right, of meditation, were there other things that y'all had to do?
visualization. We had to sit around in the living room and listen to him read the Holy Tablet for hours, and you had to remember it. We learned different religions. We learned a lot of the history, like the Bible and stuff like that, the Quran, the Torah. We learned.
I wish my father made us do that. You hear what I'm saying? All of that sounds good. Now, to a person that's worldly, that's vibing low, that still want to participate in the system, it sounds bad. But when you vibe high, especially now, when I listen to her talk about Dr. Malachi Z. York, I only hear good things, even though it seems like she's trying to put some negative on it. I only hear good things right now. I wish my father did make us sit down, meditate, visualize, fast, pray. Man, I wish my father would have opened up the Torah and the Quran and all of that. I wish he would have did that.
Hebrew and Egyptian, and we had to recite things. And even if we got the whole thing right except for one part, then it wasn't right.
He was strict on your ass.
Very strict, very strict. Yeah. You couldn't be upset. If you were upset, you were possessed. So yeah.
Damn.
If you were upset, you were possessed.
Nah, she's reaching. I heard a video with Dr. Malachi Z. York talking about emotions and being upset, and it's leaning towards the negative. I understand what Dr. Malachi Z. York was saying, but it seems like she's trying to twist it. Like if you walking down the street and you bump your toe and you say, "Oh, damn, man. Oh, I am so upset," that now you're just the devil, when he wasn't even saying it like that. And let me remind you, I'm not a Nuwapian. I don't agree with Dr. Malachi Z. York being in jail for what he's in jail for. I don't agree with none of that. I'm not taking nobody's side. It's just that it seems like she's trying to dirty up something that's kind of clean. Besides what he's in jail for, besides that. I'm talking about his teachings and how he was raising his tribe and stuff like, man, that's good. That's 2 thumbs up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let me remind you that her name is Wensday the Vampire.
In a way of thinking about it, right? He's basically, and I could be completely wrong, because this shit could be a whole form of mind control. It could be control within itself.
We learned about that too, the MK Ultra.
But from the way that I'm hearing it come out your mouth, it's like the ultimate discipline of like controlling your emotions. And a lot of people have problems with that.
Yeah.
So maybe he was teaching y'all something that, I don't know, but you got to be angry.
No. He made a point. You see? He said it seems like all of this stuff you was just describing about Dr. Malachi Z. York, it seems like he's just got a lot of discipline. You spared a rod, you spoiled a child. The Bible says that. I was teaching one of my daughters different words because she signed up for the spelling bee a couple of years ago. And I was just like that. I was like, hey, it's time to practice. We practiced for 2 hours. She couldn't get no words wrong. Why? Either you're right or you're wrong at the spelling bee. And she got all the way up to second place. She did real good. Discipline. Dr. Malachi Z. York, it just sounds like this girl don't believe in discipline. That's why she look like she do whatever the hell she want to do, even to this day.
You're not allowed to. When I tell you that man was calm, cool, I swore his shit didn't even think he said, because he would go in the bathroom with incense. I'm talking about literal. And if you left smell,
he's a man. You see, she's trying to make it seem bad. This man was calm, cool. His shit didn't stink. He go in the bathroom with incense. He didn't believe in people stanking up the bathroom. I'm exactly like that. And I think that every man should be like that. You see, this is what happens when they allow a worldly person to talk about a spiritual person.
Or did any type of bodily functions, then you just was of this earth or a reptilian, and that's just what it was. Your reptilian nature is showing if you're mad,
Okay.
he's possessed, you know.
Were there any like absolute rules that you had to follow?
Oh, we couldn't have friends. Like, we didn't have friends. We couldn't go outside. Being a little emo kid in school, like, you know, I love the color black. And
How
they
the
just
fuck
would
did you go outside? You went to school though.
That's the only thing you could do. And my mom would spy on me at the schoolhouse to make sure I wasn't talking to nobody. We had to fast even while we were at school.
You couldn't even snack a little.
We had to fast even while at school.
Lunch.
We had to fast. When I tell that lady she wouldn't take us to school, but she would happily come spy on you at the school. Yeah.
So they wouldn't let y'all outside, but they'll let y'all get on a school bus for somebody that they don't know to take you to school.
Hold on. Is they Dr. Malachi Z York, or is they her mama, her parents? I don't want to get it mixed up. Did Dr. Malachi Z York tell this girl that she couldn't talk to people at school, or did her parents say that? Was she always around Dr. Malachi Z York in the camp, or did they live off base? I'm going to say it like that. Did they live off base? You know, because these people can twist the words and make a person look bad. And Dr. Malachi Z York, if you asked him, he'd be like, I don't even remember this girl. Oh, yeah, her mama was that old crazy lady. You know what I'm saying?
Couldn't
then
have
come
friends.
spy on you at school.
Mm-hmm. She was like, I seen you at school today. Okay. Why you won't talking to your friends? You told me I couldn't have any. Shut up. Okay. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you.
Okay, so
she gonna see this and be mad. Oh well.
It's all right, Mom. It's not nothing personal. She just getting it off her chest.
Personal. Anyways,
I'm out of it. Do you think that your stepdad had a big influence on your mom?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That she was the way that she was due to, I'm not gonna say 100% due to him, but a big part was due to the way that.
She's from the Caribbean too, so like island parents raise their children differently in general. Like it's a lot more tough love, and you just have to take it. You know, like this country, their parenting is too soft. She'll say, you know, and the way she parented was very, very. It was something.
Growing up, like the way that you're describing, it does seem very controlling.
Yes.
Was fear ever instilled in y'all?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we couldn't even, if I made a friend or like I wanted to go to a concert, we couldn't. They were going to sell our body parts at a black market or to the...
And they do that. We know about these concerts. Look, this is just a worldly person that wanted to go out there and have fun, be young and wild, and didn't want instructions. These type of people usually learn when they turn 50 and their looks start to fade and shit, or they just never learn. But right now, what I am hearing is a person that don't like discipline. Keep your ass in the house. What the fuck you going to a damn concert for? You know how wicked it is. We got the master teacher teaching you all it. Come on, man. And look what she grew up to be. Look what she grew up to be.
Underground reptilians, and
that's what they're telling you.
Yes. Even now, my mom will come to my house and she'll see some foil inside the vents and be like, "Is that a camera?" Yeah, it's a little crazy, just a little crazy. I'm so very controlling. I couldn't wear skulls. I couldn't wear too much white and black because they were gonna think I was a sex kitten, and the MK Ultra was taking over my mind. I used to do a lot of screaming and death growling because I used to be in a metal band back in school. That's what I wanted to do, and I was possessed. I got an exorcism performed on me.
Yes. Possessed people scream and growl. So you walking around your parents' house, roar, That's law. No, it's the law. No. And you're not possessed? Let's not forget her name is Wensday the Vampire. Is there any Nuwapian females that was raised inside of this I don't want to say code, I don't want to say religion. Is there any Nuwapian females that can speak something good? Is this all we got? You hear what I'm saying? I know B-Dell 1014 will make Dr. Malachi Z York proud, but this one, is there any woman that was associated with the Nuwapians that knew what was going on that can call her a lie? Well, she's not lying. She's not lying. Okay, she's not lying because she said that Dr. Malachi Z York is a strict teacher, a father figure type of teacher that disciplines, teaches you different languages, meditate, fast, all of that. So she's not lying. It's just that she's trying to make it seem stupid. This video, I think this video came out before the Epstein files was all the way released. Well, the majority of the files was released. But now we know about the lizard people even more, even though there was people talking about this shit for years before the Epstein files. We know about it even more. We know about how they take people from concerts and different places like that. You hear what I'm saying? What about the trips to Mexico? I bet you she would have said, yeah, my parents didn't want me to go to Mexico with my friends. And then we see what's happening in Mexico with friends and different things like that. All of the stories. To me, she's stupid. You hear what I'm saying? I don't want to disrespect nobody, but who else is going to speak up for a person that came out with all of these books and only this dude sacrificed his whole life just to wake us up? That's all I'm saying, man. I'm gonna end this video in a minute.
Hold on, we gonna get into that.
It was very controlling. We didn't even watch TV really. Like the most we had was like DVDs, and that was really it. The only time we really got to watch a movie was if it had some type of lesson to it, and it was mainly
yes. Why not? I'm starting to realize I'm kind of like Dr. Malachi Z York. Not the stuff they accused him of. Not that. I'm talking about how he raised his tribe. You know, if you weak, if you still want to be in the world, it's going to look like a bad thing. But if you ready to grow, man, I would love to be around a person that'll teach me different languages and the only movies we watch is The Matrix. And then look, after we watch The Matrix, we sit around in a group and talk about it and break it down. This is what we need in the world, man, not this damn vampire girl.
Mainly horror. So like I'm really big into scary movies because of that. We watch a lot of like religious horror films.
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you said when we talked about the motherland, right, for this cult, you never been there yourself.
I never got to go.
Okay. So were you in Mississippi at this time when you were growing up, or where were you?
North Carolina, and then we moved to Texas.
You see, that just answered my question from earlier. Was she living on Nuwapian headquarters? Where was that? Georgia, right? Was she living there or was she off base? And she just said she was off base. You hear what I'm saying? So all of these rules that she's attaching to Dr. Malachi Z York, no, that was her family. Now, her family was attached to the Nuwapians, but I'm pretty sure it was some crazy ass people attached to Nuwapians that never went to headquarters, that never personally met Dr. York. Somehow they just got a membership. They never went to headquarters. They probably was saving their money up and one day they was going to meet Dr. York. But she's making it seem like this guy was directly in her life, and he was making all of these rules when it was her mama and her stepfather. You see what I'm saying?
Majority North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you seen that was like, I guess when you're doing these meditations, I'm only assuming, but I could be completely wrong. But did you ever have anything like creepy or strange really happen to you, or something that you seen growing up?
He was raising me to be a medium. So there's this one lady we used to watch all the time, Esther and Abraham Hicks. They're really, if you like positive thinking and stuff like that and manifestation, I definitely recommend them. I still listen to them. She would meditate and something would speak through her. Abraham would speak through her, and it would give like all these positive messages and ancient messages.
That's like trans medium.
Mm-hmm. And so I was being raised to do that. So I would meditate. Even now, like I don't necessarily like to do it because like I'll feel myself like moving and I'm not moving myself, or my jaw will get to vibrating, and like I just feel like really tingly. And so like they were raising me to do that because they thought it was like, yeah, that's how you know you're really in tune, you're really aligned with what you need to do. And because I can hear and see things, they thought you were perfect to do it. So I would do a lot of meditations to where I'd have to focus.
So basically, they identified her gift and wanted her to exercise it. Basically, that's what you're supposed to do.
To hone my energy and just let whatever come through speak through me.
But you opening a door.
Exactly. You know.
But how you
don't mess with Ouija boards, but let's use you for meditation.
That's low-key fucked up.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to a lady I know. She lives out here in Austin, Texas. We had her on the podcast named Marisol. She actually does trans mediumship.
Oh, wow.
And she said it is draining.
It is.
It's draining.
Mm-hmm.
I find it creepy because you don't know who you're letting through.
Exactly.
Unless, maybe
if you're a natural born medium, then you do it whether you know it or not. You do it whether you want to or not. The door is open for you because that's your gift.
Mastered it, but like even then,
you still don't know.
You know, demons are the king of deceiving. So they might say, "Hey, I'm showing up as your grandma," but
exactly,
I might be crazy as hell.
Exactly.
So you ain't never said nothing through one of these sessions or something that it was just like it spooked you the fuck out.
I would just feel my body moving. Now I did when I was a kid go to this church, and there was this lady. I got to watch her exorcism be performed. That was crazy. That was scary. I'm talking about they had to she spit up so much black stuff because they made her chug olive oil because she was like trying to hurt the kids. And it was a Caribbean church out in Dayton. Oh my gosh, I was so scared. I was like, what is going on? I told my mom. She was like, what? I said, you should have came. You missed the show.
All right, hold on. You talking about exorcisms? Let's just jump into it. Fuck it. 'Cause
my first exorcism was funny because I was playing along. No. I'm not gonna lie.
No. Let rewind further back. How you even get to the point where you comfortable talking about an exorcism?
Because I have no shame. I told you.
But hold on. See, I need a backstory. Like, how do you? Are you in a church? How are you even in the room of exorcism?
That church. So Island Church, at least the church I went to, because there were a lot of Haitians in there.
Okay.
And they would play the congos, and they would speak in tongues and stuff, and wear a lot of white and everything. And we would sit on the floor.
How old were you at the time?
Oh man, 13.
Okay, so you're a teenager.
Yeah, 13, 14.
All right.
And my mom's friend invited us, so she sent us to go, me and my sister. And we're sitting there, and there's this lady in white, and she's right in the middle of the room, and the preacher's preaching. I couldn't understand him because he was speaking Creole, and we just see her start twisting, she's just twisting her body and growling.
This is the lady that they're doing the exorcism on.
She's she starts doing that out of nowhere. So they give her a bunch of olive oil to drink because she starts tweaking. Hold on.
I'm fucking up the story, but so you telling me we doing exorcisms at a regular day at church?
Yes.
You know, I'm thinking like we send the priest to the room where it's enclosed and nobody can see. You talking about doing this shit on a regular day at church.
We was watching it. The kids was watching. They finally moved the kids out when she was trying to touch us.